share with you a very delicious pico de gallo. And it's not just any kind of pico de gallo. This is a chayote pico de gallo that I know that you guys are going to love and enjoy. But first things first, my apron is on, my hands are clean, and I am ready to show you my ingredients. My ingredients: 2 garlic cloves, salt, of course chayotes or squash, tomatoes, onion, serrano chilies, limes, cilantro. This is everything we need for this delicious pico de gallo. So let's get started and let's enjoy with our family. I am ready. I have all my veggies right here, and let's take it to the sink and start rinsing them one by one. We want to make sure that we rinse the cilantro a little bit at a time, little bunches at a time, so that we make sure that we rinse it completely through running water. We're doing the same thing with our chayotes, our tomatoes, our lemons, and at the end, our chili serranos. Okay, this is completely done, and now I'm ready to start with my chayotes. I'm just gonna slice them through the middle, taking the seed completely out from the center. And this is the way I do it to make it easier for me, and so I don't take too much of the pulp out of the chayote. Look at this. This is exactly how I like to do it. We get the seed out, and now we're gonna peel the chayote. All the skin of the chayote we are going to remove slowly. Please take your time. You want to make sure that you remove all the skin of that chayote, so the chayote really absorbs all the delicious flavors when we start adding all the flavors, the lemon, the garlic, the salt. And look at this. We're going to slice it through the middle, and then we're going to be making little sticks out of the chayote, because once we have the little sticks, we're gonna cut them in very tiny little squares. I want to show you how I make the little sticks so that all the little pieces are almost the same. Look at this. Let me show you how they look, just like that. And now we're gonna put them sideways, and we're gonna cut the little squares. We want to make sure that everything is almost the same size, so when they start cooking, everything cooks at the same time. Look at the little pieces. This is exactly what we want. I already have nice and hot boiling water, and to this I'm going to add some salt, and then I'm adding my little pieces of that chayote. I'm just going to let it cook for 20 minutes. We're going to leave it like that. Once it's cooking for about 20 minutes, we're going to go ahead and just remove the little pieces of the chayote. This really comes out so delicious, and it's al dente, so it's not overcooked. I have my 2 garlic cloves here. I'm going to dice them, and then I want to dice them very small, really tiny, so that they really release all the delicious flavor of the garlic. I'm going to go ahead and add everything to this plate. I'm going to continue with my half an onion, and I'm going to do the same thing. You want to go ahead and dice it in very tiny little pieces so everything really incorporates. And now I'm going to continue with my tomatoes. The same thing I'm going to do. I'm just going to slice them and then cut them in really tiny little pieces. Let me continue. Here I am almost done with the tomato, and I'm going to continue with my serrano chilies. Remember, if you don't like spicy, if you don't like it too spicy, you could have jalapenos, or instead of adding 4 serranos, you could just add 1 or 2 serranos. I'm leaving the seeds because we really love the hot, spicy pico de gallo. So I'm going to continue with the rest of the serranos and just really slicing them really small, just like this. I know that it really takes time, but at the end, it is really worth it. I have my cilantro here, and I'm gonna start cutting it in very little pieces, making sure that all those little leaves are very, very tiny. This is the way we make Mexican pico de gallo. Look at this. Everything goes to the same plate, okay? Everything completely goes to the same plate. And now I have my limes here, and I have a little plate here just in case it has seeds. I know that most of them don't have, but I just want to make sure, because if a seed goes into our pico de gallo, it will taste sour, bitter, and that's exactly what we don't want. We're just going to incorporate everything that we really diced and chopped really tiny. After we incorporate everything, now is the time to add our lemon juice. Let's add it completely. And to this, I'm going to add a little bit of salt. Remember, the salt is to taste. So I'm just adding a little bit of the Himalaya salt. Whichever salt you have at home, it's perfect. But salt is to taste. So here I'm just adding a little bit, and I'm going to incorporate it completely. Once it's incorporated, I'm going to start adding this delicious chayote. It's really nice and cooked, al dente, and we're going to incorporate it into all the delicious flavors, the lime, everything completely. Look at this. When everything is nice and incorporated, we just need some chips, and this is completely done. I'm going to taste it just to make sure if we need a little bit of more of salt. Let's see. No, this is perfect. We don't need anything else. I want to show you how you could see all those beautiful colors. The orange, the yellow, the green, the little cilantro. The garlic, of course, you cannot see it, but you could really taste the garlic. I'm ready for the presentation. I'll see you in a bit. Completely done with this delicious pico de gallo. I added chips. Well, let me try it. Let's see how this came out. You know, this is the part that I really love and enjoy, tasting my recipes. Let's see how this came out. Excuse me. This really came out so delicious and so tasty. I hope you could give it a try. Try it. I know you're going to love it. If you liked and loved my recipe, I invite you to subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, share my video on social media with your friends, with your relatives, so Cooking with Gloria keeps growing. Don't forget to push the notification bell. And if you did, leave it activated, so every time I make a delicious recipe, yes, you are going to be notified. Before I say I see you soon, I wish you nothing but the best. Peace and love. And of course, I will stay enjoying the chayote pico de gallo. I'll see you on my next delicious recipe. See you soon. Bye-bye.